This is the Process Shot. I'm Michael, I'm stuck in a haunted theater, and I've seen Gold Diggers of 1933, a musical comedy directed by Mervyn LeRoy and Busby Berkeley, released back in, 1933. Between some large and extravagant musical numbers, the film follows the antics of three Broadway showgirls as they look for love, laughs, and a steady job that pays well, especially in the heart of the Depression. When the lover of one of the girls is exposed as coming from a wealthy background, his brother comes to bring him back home, despite his protests, leading to both sides scheming to embarrass the other. It's a story that doesn't really matter all that much. The movie prides itself more on its musical numbers, most of which are part of a stage show supposedly about the Depression, but never actually touches upon it until the finale. Theming aside, these song and dance numbers are more or less the primo reason that the film was made. They are the definition of extravagance, stopping the story of the film on a dime to have a lengthy number which musically repeats itself several times over, but has enough original choreography and rather spectacular cinematography that keeps it all remaining visually appealing. These sequences even have their own little mini stories and characters of their own, which will help to keep your attention as well. But those numbers eventually end, and soon it's back to the story of Gold Diggers of 1933. As you can guess, both the story and its characters are very thinly developed, with new and sudden changes occurring within the course of minutes that turn previously established personalities and motivations around entirely. Even potential story threads are introduced and abandoned, such as the aforementioned element of the musical being about the Depression. I suppose that was intentional though, given that this film would have been released during the Depression, and it probably would have been a bad move to remind moviegoers about how bad the real world is while they're trying to escape it. In any case, it's clear that the film has no desire to tell a truly endearing story, and that it's more akin to a series of skits being used as a bridge between songs. The fact that the film opens and closes on musical numbers says this alone. And I can't really fault the film for having no real story, since it's not a movie about its story in the first place. Still, it would have made for a more cohesive experience if the filmmakers had opted to better tie together the story and the musical numbers, or at least have a more interconnected series of songs rather than the jukebox selection that we do get. But at the very least, what we do get is entertaining in its own right, and is worth the admission price alone. Well, if you paid to see it, I mean. Gold Diggers of 1933. Mervyn LeRoy, Busby Berkeley, 1933. 3 stars. I'd still say to give the movie a watch. And that's it for the review. Leave a like if you want, or a comment if you're bold enough to try. Subscribe if you want to see more reviews like this, and